16-time Rita Award nominee and New York Times bestselling author Maggie Shayne has published over 50 novels for major New York publishers in her 20-year career so far. We are talking today about the release of her trilogy, the Portal series, which includes Mark of the Witch, Daughter of the Spellcaster, and Blood of the Sorceress, all from Mira Books. So Maggie, I read that you once worked as a writer for the soap operas Guiding Light and As the World Turns. How did that career prepare you for your life as a novelist, and what can you tell us about that journey from head writer, soap writer, to the bestseller list?
It actually was a little bit of a side journey in the middle of my career as a novelist. I had this opportunity to do some writing for the Guiding Light, and it turned out they were actually auditioning me for a co-head writer position. I wrote for them for about a year thinking, I can do both. I couldn't. I spent a lot of time in New York City and Manhattan. I'm a country girl. That wasn't working out. I learned a lot writing for them, and what I mainly learned was that I'm a novelist.
I'm reading Mark of the Witch, which is book one in the series, and I'm loving it.
Thank you.
For someone new to these books, though, could you tell us a little bit about the series and what inspired you to write about the lives of these incredible women?
Well, I have always been fascinated by the ancient Near East. I remember when I wrote my Rhiannon, my vampire who was an Egyptian, and I started looking for something older, some older society, and I came up with ancient Sumer. And that was back in 93, 94, and I've been researching the ancient Near East ever since. This one, I moved to Babylon. And I have just books and books, reams, and I've read them all. I'm a little bit of a nerd. So these three women were sisters, and they were harem slaves to the king in ancient Babylon. And they committed the cardinal sin of falling in love with other men. And they were found out, and they were also found out as witches, which was illegal for anyone but the high priest to practice magic. And they were executed for their crimes, and there was a horrible curse put on one woman's lover. And so they have reincarnated lifetime after lifetime until the timing was right where they could set all of this right, remove the curse, reunite with their lost loves, and just set everything back in order.
How is Amara's story going to impact the entire series? Who is she and why is she important?
Amara was the slave girl to the slave girls. So she was a witness to everything that happened as a child. And she also reincarnated and had a very important role to play in the future, too, that would allow these women, when they came, to carry out their mission. And I don't want to give away too much about what that role was, but rest assured they are all reunited by the end of Book 3.
So do you come up with the conflict first, or does the conflict arise while you're writing?
Most often, I start a book with a scene. I see an image in my mind very vividly, and I don't know what it's about or where it's going, but if I follow the scene and start writing it, the story will begin to reveal itself to me. I'm not a plotter, I'm a pantser, as they say. It's tough.
What's the biggest surprise that has happened to you in terms of what a character has decided to do as you're channeling them?
In Blood of the Sorceress, the third book of this trilogy, I had a secondary character who I thought was just who he seemed to be on the page until I got almost to the end of the book. And then I realized that he, too, had come from the past, and he, too, was all entwined in what was going on in this curse and this long-term storyline. And he revealed who he really was, and I was as shocked as I think the readers will be, and delighted. It was perfect. It fit perfectly. And maybe subconsciously I knew the whole time. I don't know, but that surprised me, and I liked it.
Obviously, you've been writing about vampires since before Twilight made them famous again. How do you feel about the whole Twilight phenomenon, and how has that impacted paranormal, but reading in general, in terms of acceptance of readers of paranormal?
It definitely put paranormal on the map. I think it gave everybody, readers, publishers, authors, everybody, a whole new respect for this genre and what it was capable of. And it helped a lot. I think I got a lot of new readers. And it brought us young readers. You know, it really brought a younger generation into romance. And I love that because those women, you know, within a year or two, they're older and they're buying adult romance. We have this whole new genre, new adult.
That's right.
To help them with that transition from young adult to adult romance. And I think it opened a lot of doors. I am very grateful to Stephanie Meyer for that. I think it's a phenomenon. And yes, it's great.
What do you think is the appeal of the vampire hero?
Oh, it's the damnation. It's the wounded. We love a wounded hero. Women love a wounded hero, and that darkness of him, and the power of love being the thing that is really his only hope, his only salvation, his redemption. It's kind of giving us that feeling that love is more powerful than anything, even a curse like vampirism.
Your novel, Twilight Fulfilled, is the
Yes.
final book in the Wings of the Night series,
Right.
a series that you began in 1993. How does it feel to say goodbye to a series that's been part of your life for almost 20 years?
I can't do it. So I will probably be revisiting my characters from the Twilight world in the near future. I don't know when. There's nothing for sure. Nothing's carved in stone. Nothing is planned. But I will, one way or another, write more of my vamps.
So, what can readers expect next from you in 2014, Maggie?
I actually have something coming out this year, Sleep with the Lights On. And this is a real departure for me. It's a big step up in my, just the way I've been writing. It's a new evolution, I think.
How is it different?
It's a thriller. It's a romantic thriller. It's a little more Janet Ivanovich-like in that the same couple will be the stars of at least 3 books, maybe 4. It depends. I'm working on number 3 now, so we'll see.
Oh, it sounds fascinating. Thank you so much, Maggie, and good luck
Thank
with the
you.
series
Thanks
and
for
also
having
with
me.
the thrillers. That's great.
Yeah, thanks.